Foster Parent Compensation. What you need to know about payments. Part 2. Clear accounts make for long friendships. When dealing with financial issues, the best approach is to have clear accounting. We also previously discussed foster parent compensation and taxes when you are paid and that payment is per night the child is in your home. How much are foster parents paid? Who determines how much they get paid? How is payment calculated? Determining how much. I reviewed the what and how you are paid. I explained that in California, foster parents receive a monthly payment to feed, clothe, and meet the material needs of the children placed in their care. Medical and dental coverage is provided through the Medi-Cal program. We also discussed that the payment is tax-free and that you will have to decide, based on the program's requirements, whether to report the income as part of your application for loans, scholarships, or government subsidies. But what about how much foster parents are paid? Previous system, age-based payment. First, a little history. Years ago, foster parent payment was based on the child's age. There were several age groups. For example, a foster parent who cared for an infant would receive less than a foster parent who cared for a 16-year-old. You could argue that the old system had a flaw. Does a pediatrician, doctor, or nurse charge less when the patient is a 5-year-old versus a 16-year-old? What about an infant with significant health needs versus a teen with no behavioral or health concerns? Which parent should get more? Then, a few years ago, the state of California changed foster case as we knew it. The Resource Family Approval, RFA, is a new family-friendly and child-centered caregiver approval process that combines elements of the foster parenting license, relative approval, and approvals for adoption and guardianship. That is why foster parents are now known as resource parents or resource families. But it was not only a change in name, but it also changed how foster parents were compensated. It would no longer be based on age. Instead, it is now based on the needs of the child. This is known as level of care, or LOC. This new scoring, in contrast with the age-based approach, considers several factors. An evaluation tool is used to try to determine the level of care the child should be in. The LOC scoring matrix considers both A, characteristics of the child, and B, services provided by the foster parent. As the table shows, note that there are several levels of care. However, to qualify to receive the highest rate of ISFC, the foster parents must have additional training and must be providing specific services. Also, not all agencies are approved for ISFC, so ask around. Knott's Family Agency is approved for ISFC and will work with you so that you are eligible for the highest rate. Also, keep in mind that the official rates set by the California Department of Social Services are minimum rates. For example, at Knott's Family Agency, for certain subcategories of ISFC children, we pay parents $3,000 per month, even though the state prescribed $2,609 per month. Transparency in accounting. At Knott's Family Agency, we believe in full transparency. Not only will we inform you of the level of care, but we will also always advocate strongly on your behalf so that the child in your care can be placed in the correct level. It is not fair to you to care for a child who is at level 4, but you are being compensated at level 1 rate. Be aware that most children are placed at the basic rate initially, especially if not much is known about their history, behaviors, or needs. That means that in the first few weeks, foster parents and their agency's social worker may identify behaviors or needs that were not previously known or disclosed. At that point, a request for a LOC assessment can be completed to determine whether a new rate is appropriate. Processing level of care adjustments. Routinely, a county worker may verbally inform the foster parent that the foster parents will be receiving a change in the level of care rate. Naturally, the foster parent believes that means that a check will be arriving the next day. Unfortunately, the agency must wait until the notice of action is received to even know what the new rate is or how much the foster parent will be receiving. At Knott's Family Agency, as soon as we receive the Notice of Action, NOA, the official letter confirming that there has been a change in level, we immediately pay the funds to the foster parent. This is done even though the letter usually comes in advance of actual funds. So even if the agency has not yet received the funds, we will act based on the NOA. Because the adjustment may be retroactive, it is not uncommon to see foster parents receiving checks with significantly larger sums of money. How much parents are paid and how the payment is determined. Although we believe that foster parents should be compensated for all their hard work, it is always important to focus on the primary mission of keeping children safe and providing a caring and nurturing environment. Just like with any profession, it is possible to find individuals who want to become foster parents only to make additional money. You find this in all sectors. People who may not have the passion, the calling, or the commitment to their role, and instead are driven by a salary. In Knott's Family Agency, we are very intentional and selective in who is approved as a foster parent. We recognize that money is a legitimate reason, but no matter the stage in life or what the original motivator is, all foster parents are held to the same high standards. Furthermore, we provide the training, guidance, and support so that you are successful as a foster parent. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure a child has a safe and nurturing home. What are your thoughts about the change in how parents are paid from age-based to level of care? What do you believe about foster parents getting paid at all? Should this be volunteer work? What is motivating your interest to become a foster parent?